Karbi Anglong Autonomous Council held a discussion to set up 3,695 customary village courts in East and West Karbi Anglong. Assam government to start 34 extreme poor performance schools in class 10 board examination 2022. Assam to provide additional amount of rupees 250 to economically weak families under Arunodhoy scheme from October. The Karbi Anglong Autonomous Council has organized a discussions on Mikir Hills Autonomous District Rules 1954 and constitutions of village council thereof held at Arboretum Cum Craft Center Matipung there on Saturday. The discussion was held with Karbi traditional chiefs called Lingdokpos, subordinates called Habis, traditional village heads, Karbi customary law experts, law practitioners, intellectuals and members of Karbi Rongasar Amai. The discussion was held on the setting up of Karbi customary village courts in Karbi village. The chief executive member of Karbi Anglong Autonomous Council, Dr. Tulidar Mohang, said that under sub-paragraph 4 of paragraph 4 of the 6th schedule to the Constitution of India and with the approval of the Governor of Assam, the Karbi Anglong Autonomous Council has given the power to constitute Karbi customary village courts to settle petty or small cases. But this has not been done in consultations with all elected members of Autonomous Council. The constitutions of Village Council has started with 2 tiers, with the 3rd tier to be constituted later. Former executive member Elwin Teron, while giving an introduction on the subject, said, as customary courts have not been set up and all cases, be it criminal or civil, are tried at judicial court. It was during the drafting of the constitutions of India that the Assam leader Gopinath Bordoloi allowed the tribe people to have its customary laws to settle disputes among them. He also said there are 3 rules: the Mikir Hills Autonomous District Rules 1954, the Assam Autonomous District Administrations of Justice Act 1957, and the Assam Administration of Justice in the Karbi Anglong District Act 2009. Under Assam Autonomous District Administration of Justice Act 1957, police cannot interfere in cases related to customary laws. This act has given complete power to the traditional village heads on the exercise of customary laws in village courts. The village head is the chairman in the village court. After a prolonged discussion, the House resolved that the Karbi Anglong Autonomous Council is going to set up 3,695 customary village courts in Karbi village, and appointment letters to the chairman and members of 2,093 village courts will soon be distributed. Another 1,602 village courts are being considered. Customary village courts for the Tivas, Nagas Rengmas, Khasis, Kukis, and Dimasas will be set up later. A committee for finalization of Karbi jurisprudence was formed, which will compile Karbi customary law book. The committee is headed by former MLA and researchers Dr. Dharam Singh Teron, and members are former EM Karbi Anglong Autonomous Council Elwin Teron, President, KCS, Chandra Singh Crow, and General Secretary Vidya Singh Rongpi, General Secretary Karbi Lameramai, Joy Singh Togbi, Padmasri Dhaneswar Inti, Advocates Dhonison Lekthe, Miki Teron, and Jonarson Togbi, also President, Karbi Anglong Legal Forum, Khor Singh Teron, EM Karbi Anglong Autonomous Council, Surya Rongphar, MLA Dor Singh Rohang, Bordili of Amri Rongbong, Mon Singh Milik, President, Longri Krehini Sarahbiamai, Men Singh Terong, and General Secretary Hemari Ingleng, President, Karbi Rongasaramai, Dharam Singh Teron, and President, Karbi Anglong Rongasaramai, Dhon Singh Rohang. President of Hempu Mokrang Adorbar, Lunse Timung, former CM Jotson Bay, and Joyram Ingleng. General Secretary, Karbi Cultural Society, Vidya Singh Rongpi, Advocates Dhanison Lekthe, and Miki Teron were also present at the discussion. Jameson Teron report on updates in Karbi Anglong, Karbi Daily News. Assam government to start 34 extreme poor performance schools in class 10 board examination 2022. The Assam government will shut down 34 schools are not a single one of about 1,000 students from these state-run institutes could clear the class 10 state board examination held in March this year. An angry education minister, Ranoj Pegu, said it's meaningless to spend taxpayers' money on school with a zero success rate. Pegu said that the primary duty of school is to impart education. If a school cannot ensure that its students pass the class 10 exam, there is no point in keeping those schools operational. He also added that the government cannot spend public money on school turning a zero success record. A senior education official also said that a decision has been taken to close government-run schools that had a pass percentage of zero. But considering the features of students studying in this school, they will be given a chance to get enrolled in nearby high schools. Among the 34 schools, 7 are from Karbi Anglong. The 7 schools from Karbi Anglong are Okereng High School, Jaipong High School, Inglongkiri High School, Haroghat Boro Medium High School, Diopani High School, Difu Knight High School, and Menmeji High School. These 7 schools' performance were zero in the last HSLC board examination held in March 2022. They will be safe if they could maintain their overall performance up to 10% at least. But maybe, unfortunately, the responsibility of the triangle in educational system, that is teachers, parents, and students, brought to an end of those mentioned schools in Karbi Anglong. It is proof that cooperation among teachers, students, and parents is very much essential in the smooth and fruitful functioning of the educational institution. James Santeron, report on updates in Assam, Karbi Daily News. Assam Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sarma on Saturday said his government will provide an additional amount of Rs 250 to economically weak families to help them pay their monthly electricity bills. The fixed additional amount will be given from October to beneficiaries of the Arunodaya scheme, a flagship program of the state government that currently covers nearly 20 lakh families. The government provides monthly monetary assistance of Rs 1,000 to the beneficiaries under the program, and so will be added another Rs 250 and provide a total amount of Rs 1,250 to every Arunodaya beneficiaries from next month. The additional Rs 250 will be provided to pay their electricity bills. He said the government could have paid the amount directly to the power corporation, but it wants to instill responsibility among the people to make the payment themselves. Mr. Sarma also said the beneficiary list of the scheme will be updated in the next 2 months. Student volunteers will visit households for updating the list till September 20. And once the field visits are over, the list will be finalized by the district committees by October 10. James Santeron for updates on Arunodaya scheme in Assam, Karbi Daily News.